Happy Wednesday, everybody. Today we're going to go over putting microtrans couplers on modern Kato DCC ready engines. Okay, so jumping right into this. Before we get started, there are two different types of couplers that we are going to be installing today, and we will need a couple different tools. If you don't have, you're going to need a small flat-bladed screwdriver. I believe this is considered a 1.5, and something sharp and pointy to remove the existing connector for the Kato couplers. We're going to start with the SD40-2, and then I will show you the alternate SD70 in the back there. I do something a little bit different for these. I do believe on the Microtrans website they call for the same coupler, but I have had better luck putting the centered coupler in there, and we'll take a look at those, see what I mean in just a second here. But yeah. Okay, we'll get zoomed in here. That's a little bit better. This is the model 2004 by Microtrans. If you look there, you can see the coupler kind of mounts towards the bottom. And this is a 1015-1. And the coupler is perfectly centered in there. And that is the difference. It helps set the proper height for the coupling. And I found that the SD70s and whatnot, although they're probably pretty close to being in spec, actually function better with the 1015s on it. So I'll show you the installation for those. It's slightly different, but super simple on the SD40s. All we're going to do is look at the bottom of the engine here, and you'll see that right there is what holds the Kato coupler in place. And I'm going to do this the best I can on camera, so bear with me here. But this is where the sharp pointy bit comes in. If you just go between the side frame rail and tweak it up just a bit, you see that popped out. Same on the other side, it just comes loose. And just like that, we have the Kato coupler uninstalled, like so. And we've got this piece in front of us here. Now we need to move this little piece of copper plate there. I'll just do that off camera quickly. All it does is pop right out. On some various models, it can be advantageous, especially with the SD70. You'll have to look in here. There might be little notches to remove with your razor knife. The new SD40-2s don't have them. The old ones might. I can't remember. And all you do is install it, making sure that you have it in the proper orientation. Slide it in there till you just start to see the hole. There we are. And take your existing locking tab. And this might have to be off camera here. This is super difficult to do on camera. There we go. Once you get it locked in there, go ahead and just push it down into place till it locks. And right on, we're good to go. Same procedure for the back here. We'll get to that in just a moment. I want to go ahead and grab the SD70, and we're gonna do a quick comparison before I totally get into this. If we can get a good image here. Ah, there we are. If you see right down here, there's these small little tabs. In order to install this, we're going to need to remove those. So we will use our razor knife here, and we're just going to go in there and slightly work that away. All right. As to not cut myself, I did that off camera, but if you look down in there, those little tabs are now missing, and we are going to install our Microtrans coupler. Now, something to be aware of this took me a little while to figure out. These are meant to be direct replacements for Katos, and there's a reason for that. These are kind of a standard body mount coupler, but there is a slight difference in overall height, and it definitely makes a difference for getting these installed. The 1015s are definitely a tight fit, so you're gonna have to use a little bit of pressure and a little bit of finagling to get this to work. And it hopefully will just get slotted right in there. There we are. One thing that I have learned from doing this on multiple models is you want to be super careful not to push this too far in, because it's a bugger to get back out. Due to that difference in thickness, you cannot just use the Kato locking tab. I would imagine you can if you use some glue, but you have to use the provided screws for the most part to properly lock these in place. And because there's already a hole drilled for that little locking tab that it initially came with, these will essentially self-tap themselves into the existing hole. We are going to try to do this on camera. I know it's not going to be focusing, but very small fiddly bits here is hard to do. And once you get that started, they couldn't have been nice and used Phillips head. They had to use flat blades, so that makes this super fun. It's going to probably hit the front of the frame a little bit. Yeah, you can probably see it there. You just kind of have to slowly work past it and yeah, it starts to get relatively hard to screw in now. It's starting to tap its own threads. And there we are. You can see it bending the frame just a little bit there. It's not going to hurt anything. Just be slow about it. Again, I swear I'm not new to this. It's just super hard to do this while looking through a camera and having that little bit of lag. So as you approach the bottom of this, do not over tighten it. One, you're going to strip the threads. Two, if you put too much pressure, the coupler tends to not move back and forth, and they're already a little bit finicky in this type of orientation anyway. I've had some issues running these because they are so much lower than what is supposed to be on it. I don't bother with the hoses. They tend to get cut or caught on turnouts, so I generally just leave them out of there. And yeah, that's basically all the difference is. One you got to screw in, and the other one just got to reuse the old tab. Pretty simple. We'll just quickly finish up this SD40-2 since we're on camera here. Make it nice and quick. This one's super easy. Pop that out. Get that tab out of there. Go ahead and slide this one into place. There we are. And now for the fiddly bit. Yeah, come on. Perfect. And slot her down in there until she clicks. Rock and roll, and we're ready to go. Put these on the layout here. Take a look. Layout is running at the moment, so we won't get out the coupler height checker, but I know for a fact it's absolutely perfect on these SD40s. And we'll get the SD70 on here. And if we... So I've mentioned a couple times, and probably saw it on my review for the SD70 Max, I prefer the couplers on these to be just a little bit low because I have kind of a hump in my track as I'm moving up into my hills and coming out of them. I just find that they run a little bit better if the coupler height's a little bit low. You can see there, when you're running the standard height ones for the Katos, they definitely go up quite a bit higher. Something about the SD40s, they're just perfect. And yeah, I just find that 1015s are perfect for the Aces and the Macs. So 2004 on the left for SD40s, 1015 micro trains on the right for the SD70 Macs and Aces. All right, thanks everybody for stopping by. I'll see you this Friday for our rolling stock review. Have a good week. Bye now.